So, good morning and good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another album review of The Chill Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and today we're talking about the ninth album by the band Stick to Your Guns. And they're a hardcore punk band that's been around since like 2005, 2006 to 2007. I know they released their first album in 2007, and the new album, flower. The new album is called "Keep Planting Flowers." See, that's why I said flowers, people. So yeah, this is the album cover. So it's pretty straightforward. She's watering the plants, but she's got like a gas mask. So and it's red, so we don't know if like what the hell has happened with the world. But yeah, it's a full album artwork, and this album is very short. It's 10 tracks, 24 minutes in length. And Stick to Your Guns are basically sticking to their guns on this album. They're not reinventing the wheel by any stretch of the means. They're keeping their hardcore punk sound pretty intact. So this is a band that I have listened to them, but I'm not I wouldn't say I've been a huge fan of them. I've listened to them sporadically. But I saw this album came out, and I'm like, sure, let's give it a listen. It's just 24 minutes, you can do a lot of things in 24 minutes. So, and one of them is listen to this album. So the album, it's a pretty like hard hitting, hardcore punk record. Like there's not a whole lot of variation in sound. There's just one song that I believe had that, and I'm going to discuss that as I talk about the track. So yeah, stick to your guns. They're doing what they do best. So this is an album that if you like hardcore punk and the hardcore sound, pretty straightforward, you will enjoy this record. So it starts with a very short song called "We All Die Young." And right out of the bat, you get yeah, this record is gonna be a little bleak. So that was like a very long intro that goes into Spineless. And Spineless is pretty much like a very hardcore song through and through. It's got that the vocals for them. They do sometimes like that harsh hardcore vocals, but sometimes they do a more cleaner sounding type of vocals, like hence like it would be like a melodic punk band. But I would consider this band more a hardcore band than like something more melodic because we're pretty more hardcore all the way through, but it shows on bits and pieces on songs. A good example of this is the song "Eats Me Up." "Eats Me Up." Uh, it's a hardcore song, but it gets a lot of like oh in the choruses, which make it like give it like that like more commercial like pop punk feel to the chorus, even though it's more leaning into hardcore, but it gives that. And they have that like sporadically sprinkled in a few of the songs. Uh, Tracks that I also thought was really good was Permanent Dark. And Permanent Dark, I like it because at the end, like it ends like it's almost like a spoken word, like they're saying something like very ominous, and it goes into the other track, Invisible Rain. That's something I gotta say about this album. The pacing, like every song goes into each other, like without like skipping a beat. So it's almost like it's a continuous song. The only song that I think is very different is Keep Planting Flowers. Keep Planting Flowers is the more like it's the way he's like screaming his his the voice that he's doing. It sounds a little bit like Touche Amore to me in a little bit. And Keep Planting Flowers is like a metaphor for like let's keep going. No matter what happens, we gotta like keep planting flowers. We gotta do so. It's like they're talking about also almost their career, how hey they've been going strong and nothing can stop them. So it also can be used as a metaphor for other things in life, like if you know, like working on a relationship, keep planting those flowers. So I like that, and stylistically is like the most mellow song on the record. So it's like a breather because the other like 22 minutes of the record is like go, 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 go. It's like foot on the pedal, no breaks. But after this song, which is almost at the end, I think they probably have like the most hard-hitting songs on the record. After Eats Me Up, you have the song Who Needs Who and H84U, which also has See You Space Cowboy on that track. And Who Needs Who? It's 54 seconds, but it's 54 seconds of aggression, and it also features the vocalist from Terror. So that's straight up hardcore there. And in 54 seconds, they pummel your ass. So the album ends with more harder hitting songs. But yeah, there's other sprinkle, like a little bit of like more melodic on More Than a Witness. And Severed Forever, even though it's hard, there's some melody to it. But in conclusion, I think keep planting flowers by stick to your guns. You know, it's nothing that you would say like, "Hey, I never listened to something like this in my life." You know, it's pretty. They're doing what they do. If you like stick to your guns, you will like it. If not, you'll think like, "Yeah, it's just another hardcore punk album." But I've, I find it that these songs are meant to be listened to more like in a mosh pit. The riff also, it's a great, you know, you go to the gym, get on the treadmill, and put this record and run for 24 minutes. And yeah, so yeah, I enjoyed it. Not reinventing the wheel. It's not going to make my end of the year list by any stretch of the means, but it's also not a record that I would say is bad. So I want to know from you, Cultures, what do you think of Stick to Your Guns and Keep Planting Flowers? Are you a fan of this band? Comment down below what are your favorite tracks from this record. And if you like the videos that I'm putting out, do not forget to give me a like and do not forget to subscribe, hit that bell notification so you know when I'm uploading shit. And that way you can keep up with me and make other people in YouTube, probably the algorithm will say, like, hey, watch this dude talking about music on a fucking couch. So, couchers, I want to thank you. So, until next time, this is Hector, the shield dude on a couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.